me about the Rift. It's not supposed to gobble up Arcadia for years, and I'm sure something else will kill you way before then.
Eyes up. Outsiders approaching the south gate.
Don't go into that cheap saloon if you got a liquor gumption. They got no tolerance for it. What do you think of that?
All right, Val, now seems as good a time as any to test how your personality module functions. Why don't we start simple? Val, how's the weather today?
Proceeding with lengthy and unnecessary small talk.
Let me stop you right there. Guess that's what I get for trying to hack together your last rebuild with Protectorate parts.
Careful of friendly fire if you head down past the farm. Last time we wandered past, they opened fire on us. Fuel code 472.
No, Jackson, don't! Don't fret. With these boots, I can fly!
Hello? Are you breathing? Say something! Oh, law. I can't believe he jumped that way.
Sir, I know this isn't the time, but are they gonna put us to the gallows for this?
What? No. That ain't how we operate in Auntie's Choice, Liza. We might be looking at a pretty fierce demotion for losing half our workforce and getting stuck up here, though.
Demotion to fertilizer?
No. Now cease your jawing. This ain't the time. Hey, you! You down there! Would you mind checking on our fellow? Might he have survived the fall? He thought those boots would make him fly, but they really just allowed the user to jump repeatedly. Unless their downward velocity is too great. If so, well, you see what happens. Dying, actually. dying in a fairly slow, agonizing manner. We've been stuck atop this machine since Ida, one of our new Protectorate acquisitions, had her gray matter scrambled by the height, jumped down, and landed right in its gears. That's right. She joined us shortly after Auntie liberated her with the freedom of meritocracy, and she seemed happy enough. I can't fathom no sensible motive why she'd jump.
Were you not listening? She said she'd always be a loyal subject. It was part of the endless inculcation we endured in the Protectorate. It can prove insurmountable for some.
The notion that she'd sacrifice herself, even after seeing the vast possibilities in staying alive and climbing the corporate ladder, it's just impossible to cognize. There ain't no way off this platform besides jumping, and you've seen how that ends. But you being down there makes you uniquely qualified to help us. The reason Jackson tried using those plasma thruster boots was to gather a piece of machinery we'd spotted on a little table halfway up the spire.
It's a drive overloader. If we install it, we can push the platform's arm hard enough to... well, to grind old Ida out of the gears.
Though the power of that overloader will deluge the system and, well, overload the drive and burn it out all permanent-like. But desperate times and all that.
So if you were to use them boots to bound up the spire and deliver the overloader to us, we'd avoid the tragic fate of our two former cohorts.
Exactly!
What? It's your duty as a subject to...
No, Liza, remember, you're not Protectorate anymore. So, what have we talked about? A duties only.
Discharged if the disbursement is dutifully deserving. Right. Sorry, I'm just a little flummoxed by being stranded up here.
So, bits, stranger. We'll give you bits if you get us down before we starve.
Thank the Sovereign... thank you, stranger. We are eagerly anticipating a long life utterly absent of starvation. pressures. If you don't have that drive overloader, ascending may be a waste.
No target.
That's it. It was that easy?
We've certainly found our way into a most harrowing circumstance, At least I'm glad I'm not alone. He hadn't been here terribly long, so we weren't particularly familiar. Like me, he was also former Protectorate, but he was not raised in Fairfield, so we'd never met before. Still, he seemed like a friendly, kind sort, albeit a headstrong one. I'm sorry he's gone. Please do hurry. I've lost count of...
That was some impressive climbing. Poor Jackson could have learned a thing or two from you. Starting with the right direction to jump, I suppose. Wonderful. Get us down, and I'll happily compensate you in accordance with standard Auntie's Choice urgently improvised extortive standards.
As you are all well aware, the opening salvos of our liberation of Eden were wildly
I worry Zeb's in over his head with all of this. Good thing we showed up when we did. Sure, always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
Oh, thank the law. I never thought of myself as a vertiginous sort, but being trapped 100 meters in the air will make you reconsider.
I mirror that sentiment, to be certain. In fact, Auntie will have to pay me triple if heights are to be involved. And isn't it grand to be in a system that allows me that freedom?
What do you mean? You're already getting our urgently improvised extortive rate. Ha! Fair enough, stranger. What with the day's festivities, I imagine all our cerebellums are mighty strained. Here's your reward for evacuating us with all our parts intact. I perhaps ain't as awash in currency as I'd prefer, so you can have my helmet as well. It was useful for identifying crops we'd missed in our harvest. But to be honest, I'd like a little distance from plants for a spell.
Go into that cheap saloon if you got a lick of gumption.
Yeah, been gone a while. How'd it go? Tell me you got good news. Why, that's terrible. But you said you have the schematics? Yeah, I'll take those. What? Sovereign's finest potato corollary peeler? This was supposed to be a guaranteed bestseller. Who in their right mind would... Jackson, you idiot! Ah! It's a good thing he's dead, because if he wasn't, I'd kill him! There's no... God damn it! I'm never getting that promotion. This was supposed to be my easy path to a promotion. Must be something I can do to salvage this. Tell me, did you come across any other advanced protectorate technology while you were there? Anything more, well, easily marketable? Personal thrusters? No one would ever want such preposterous things. I'd be laughed out of recreant reclamation. Imagine, jumping about like a sprog. Ridiculous. Well, here's all I can spare in regards to your compensation. Try not to spend it all in one place. It's supposed to be categorically bad for commerce. In the unlikely event things somehow pan out and I get that big promotion, I'll see you're taken care of. Until then, take care.
your lamps lit for while.
Hostile Moloch. Familiar classification as
Let me know when you need any stretch.
Do me a kindness and mosey on.
Anyone got lamps on Schultz? Anyone? Void be damned. Sallying into the wire like that with nary a wish in her pocket? What was she thinking? Did I not make clear our orders to hold the line here regardless of provocation? Should my instructions have been more robust? Perhaps assisted by pictures?
I'm afraid there's more bad news, Commander. She also took Scrabbles, sir.
Would that he'd done her more good. Seems Calamity has claimed 2 good soldiers today. You there. I don't normally sanction nameless passers-by giving ear to my private discourse. That right. Earth Directorate. Not many would claim such affiliation these days. None from Arcadia have the knowledge to lie about it. What's your business at the Vox? You have some brass sauntering into my base and then acting coy about your reasons. Whatever your purpose, I feel a contractual obligation to warn you against setting a heel past this base. If you go any further, you go alone and at your own peril. No Antes forces are permitted beyond the forward position upon pain of disemployment and possible litigation. Our orders are to sit and mind the store for as long as need be. First Officer Schultz's decision to enter the minefield was not sanctioned, approved, or encouraged. Frankly, I have no idea why she defied orders. Schultz was a good soldier, admirable sense of duty, less than optimal eyesight. Her loss will be felt in this unit. If only she had recognized the merits of our post. By steadfastly holding the line here, we forestall any retribution the Protectorate would seek to inflict upon Fairfield. And we will continue said watch until orders change. I'd thank you to affix some ballast to that name when you speak it. Scrabbles has been integral to this unit's success for years. Outsiders may see him as a toy, but we've bled alongside that stuffed sprat. He's damn near family. Schultz obviously knew the risks and hoped he'd protect her through the minefield. Alas, even Scrabble's power has limits. Still would help morale to get him back, though. I'll pardon your skepticism given your lack of acquaintance, and say only this. Ask not what Scrabbles achieves for us, but what we can achieve with him. Calamity digs its claws in deeper. Thank you for notifying me of their demise. I'll send a car for replacements, and pray we do not suffer another attack before then. I half believed you meant that offer. Unless you weren't being playful. I confess, the challenge of holding the forward position does not satisfy as might a straight-on tussle. But I would prefer to avoid staining my reputation by participating in such a needless blunder. Carr was, shall we say, non-ambiguous with her orders. Far be it from me to speak poorly of a superior, but I have pondered over her choices as of late. She's been sullen about sharing her strategy, too. Still, however brightly my star burns, I remain in her orbit. She is my superior officer. I defied her once, and I received the verbal tanning of a lifetime for it. I will take action when action is appropriate. And
Outsiders approaching the south.
I see you have not brought my cousin to heel. Have you at least seen about Ida? What? How do you know this? Keen as I am to entertain this, am I expected to take traitors and corporatists at their word? Let me see that. Yes. Yes! This does appear to be hers. Unfortunately, there are reports of the Harvester having been repaired in the wake of her sabotage. Though her triumph may not have endured, it was a good effort nonetheless. Should Montelli deign to interrogate me for my associations, I'll be certain to inform him of her patriotism. This displeases me. Sabotage is only as good as the further suffering inflicted once its victims know the truth. Though I suppose a minor inconvenience is also acceptable. I am thankful for the report. Now I just require my fool of a cousin in hand. Be on your way.
Final sap have...
No, he went off to relieve himself, but I reckon that was a handful of hours ago. You don't think he took it literal, like when we told him to jump in a rift, do you? He couldn't be that literal, could he? I mean, it is Gary. Watch yourself around the bridge. They ain't as kindly as we are to passers through.
My contract's got plenty of stipulations, but tour guiding out of commerce ain't one of them.
Stay out of the minefield if you value your limbs. Though I've cogitated on the matter at some length, I lack answers. Only those breathing the rarefied air of the upper rungs could say for sure. Mystifying as the decision is, I'm confident Carr has some grand strategy at play, even if I have not, for some irksome reason, been made privy to it. By steadfastly holding the line here, we forestall any retribution before you I see you haven't gone and blown yourself. I'll be spaced. Scrabbles! And hardly the worse for wear! You've no grasp of what his return means to this unit. Scrabbles was originally a gift from my daughter. He fought with us during the Consolidation War, and has seen this squad through every hard deployment since leaving Tau Ceti. He's also packed with some of the finest grade stimulants this side of legal. Here, for your trouble. Livener like that comes in handy when you're in a pinch. While we appreciate you returning Scrabbles, you'll not provoke me into a course of unwise action if that's your aim. I will...
Stay in line or I'll knock you to the bottom of the org chart.
Material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're
Outside.
together.
Don't suppose you checked in with Vigilant Hogarth yet, eh?
Recognized it as the perfect
No, I just feel sad for them. It's even in their name. Auntie's Choice.
Nice weather we have been having, or none.
course, it's part of the Sovereign's plan. He floods our houses, which makes
This
more
is all
habitat for
going
fish,
perfectly
which al-
You walked in here under your... Good. Because we've got more of that than we can handle. You haven't heard? When Antes invaded, they broke the seawall. Flooded nearly half the town below. A number of our subjects drowned. Took a while for our water purifier to catch up. So some drank tainted water. All right.
Right now, the Paradigm leads our houses underwater. Trust the plan, preserve set progress, sustain the system, serve the Sovereign.
Greetings, non-protectorate wretches. With regret, I must inform you that those outside our glorious society may not take freely from our stocks, as our subjects do. However, I may offer you a limited selection of initiated...
Individualism ran rampant. Depletion of resources and lack of community led to terrible suffering.
Glad the wireless told me that I'm happy and everything's splendid.
A perfect life of contentment and plenty. We have community, purpose, time for recreation. We sleep well at night. Work isn't strenuous or
Material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
I had a nightmare that the matriarch did.
We reject individualism, separately and together.
recognized it as the perfect ecosystem. The native flora and fauna, the pleasant atmosphere. Natural resources represent a fascinatingly complex ecological network. To govern it,
Literally everything I own.
the sovereign the base individualists within Anti's choice. Though don't fret.
Appeared right out of the aether. Just as I imagine our proud sentinels caught me reciting passages from a beacon. That part always hits me directly. To quote my personal log, an essential passage, rightful and true. Charlton Weintraut. Did I? Not again. Oh, this? It's a birthmark, skin condition, both, about which I am rather sensitive, thank you very kindly.
Feeling distracted, daydreaming on
Say, you are every bit you seem, yes? Thoroughly on the up and up and in no way a hidden agent? It is widely known that a sentinel is required to stand revealed before rendering judgment. Why, a plot point about that featured prominently in the latest episode of I, Red Cloak.
Of course you believe everything on the Aether Wave. I guess it would be stranger if you didn't swallow the propaganda, even if it does take some heavy dramatic license.
Why, that's wonderful. I'm actually quite relieved a fellow customer like yourself somehow saw through my carefully maintained act. Others in Westport fail to perceive my true nature. I am hardly one of the herd around here. A reference you'll no doubt recognize from those keen Auntie's Choice commercials. Why, they are certainly inspiring. There's this one character who just laughs at danger. You and I are just like him. Get up and go-getters. Say, did Auntie's Choice send you here? Don't fret, I am exceedingly skilled at keeping secrets. If I am not the person for it, I would be most surprised. Do tell. Ugh, my uncle's child. That side of the family is obstinate and mean. No, I'd hardly risk life and limb trying to convert her. I possess an overabundance of both qualities, honestly. Yet I value my neck and do not intend to hang. Oh, did you have another mission in mind? One especially designed for my unique talents? Of course. Toodaloo! Go get her.
The raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
The matriarch chose Eden because she
Hey there, go-getter.
Promotion accelerating activities done, and we've already got dropouts. Doozy of a drop, too. Can't believe Ormsby pegs these people as executive material. Me, sure. Them? Huh.
We can hear you.
Hush, Cobb. Today's task was about upward mobility. 3 died hanging the ropes. Told them they were doing it wrong. Dead include Assistant Hagen and other slackwits.
Show some respect.
Oh, like you care. You didn't even participate.
I told you, I got a cute lumbago.
Time to break camp for the next skill-building exercise, which I will surely dominate. This is Sanitation Specialist Cutshaw, soon to be VP of something big, signing off.
Material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all we're all together.
Look who's back.
Matriarch chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem.
caught me. That part always hits me directly. To quote, oh, it's that, homespun metaphor. The Protectorate as a happy, attentive family. Say, you are every bit you seem, yes? Thoroughly on the up and up and in no way a hidden agent? It is widely known that a sentinel is required to stand revealed before rendering judgment. Why, a plot point about that featured prominently in the latest episode of I, Red Cloak.
Of course you believe everything on the Aether Wave. I guess it would be stranger if you didn't swallow the propaganda, even if it does take some heavy dramatic license.
That is, I meant to say, through his beneficent guidance, and bid you good day. Why, that's wonderful. I'm actually quite relieved a fellow customer like yourself somehow saw through my carefully maintained act. Others in Westport fail to perceive my true nature. I am hardly one of the herd around here. A reference you'll no doubt recognize from those keen Auntie's Choice commercials. Why, they are certainly inspiring. There's this one character who just laughs at danger, says he hand makes his own luck. Is that not the grandest thing you ever heard? You and I are just like him. Get up and go-getters. Say, did Auntie's Choice send you here? Don't fret, I am exceedingly skilled at keeping secrets.
We are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant locality. Record states as follows. All inhabitants are declared treasonous due to insufficient zeal in defense against seizure, sabotage.
You cannot hide the truth from me, for I am too savvy. Now, do tell, what is the latest word from the field?
Disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
If I am not the person for it, I would be most surprised. Do tell. Ugh, my uncle's child. That side of the family is obstinate and mean. That seems neither prudent nor wise. I value my neck and do not intend to hang. Oh, did you have another mission? Of course. Why, hello again. Any new business to discuss? Involving... Oh, my assigned profession once was automech. Vigilant Hogarth tasked me to maintain the morale of other subjects by reading inspiring words from the Sovereign. I have become quite... If I am not the person for it, I would be most surprised. Do tell. Ugh, my uncle's child. That side of the... That seems neither prudent nor wise. I value my neck, of course. Go-getter?
Or stressful, food is nutritious and plentiful. We have everything.
Outside.
That ship on the landing pad.
Thing isn't so dreadful after all. They even allowed me a choice between fishing and here to do some fishing.
Insides are leaking outside, Commander.
Thanks for not crushing my plans, friend. I'm the Senior Principal Chief Director of Natural Studies, Acquisitions, and Monetization on Paradise Island. But call me Betsy. I'm always out looking for exciting new plants, rocks, and critters, but you can likely puzzle that out on your own. Say, you ain't looking for a job, are you? It's easy. Just need to confirm reported locations of a few rare and highly valuable plants. You can keep anything you find. Anything. Just so long as you bring me back confirmation as to the wheres of where you found them. Well, you got me grinning to split my noggin clean in two. But enough of that. To business. I got a stack of reports, but since we're not supposed to be since you're an unaffiliated freelancer, friend, more specifically, it's typically found near Zeranium. So it's spread along with the Protectorate's extremely toxic and fairly... You'll know it if you see it. It's black and silver and it sort of hangs in the air on account of it being the same density. Well, aren't you just a proactive go-getter? Just need to verify that these... I got 2 reports so far. And again, friend, anything you find is yours. I don't... Our data points to the east coast of the island, the far southwest. You were born...
Protectorate. We're all in this together.
The matriarch chose Eden. Recognized it as the perfect ecosystem. The native
Look who's back.
The pleasant atmosphere and rich natural resources represent a fascinatingly
Greetings. It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you to Westport, once a shining testament to Protectorate excellence, now a picturesque example of the evils of corporatism. But where are my manners? We do not have much, but please let me offer you some victuals. Tut. I insist. Serving Unit 1. Something for the visitor at once?
Confirmative.
Perhaps you're wondering why I'd open my arms thusly for a stranger. Simple. As the guiding light for humankind, we always put our best foot forward, regardless of circumstance. I believe something still can be done. This town can be saved, its people given a reprieve. Were we to acquire the one thing vital to our existence, automech parts. What?
Comestibles served.
We of the Protectorate pride ourselves on our mech programming. Among the vigilant, it is even considered something of a sport. We are not miracle workers, however. Without parts to work with, we've no hope of remaking our mechs to do tasks beyond their initial functions. We need repair mechs, domestic mechs, not combat ones. Serving Unit 1 here is about as much as can be accomplished without replacement parts.
Sneer at our contentment.
We are of like minds. We lack not the skill to do so. Our wily chief mechanist can reprogram the mech, but not without parts. Unfortunately, we lack ready availability of said parts.
Throughout history, human societies were constantly out of
Why, we're traitors, obviously. We've not fulfilled our duties as members of the Protectorate. It is incumbent upon us to fight to the death, yet we still live, as does our enemy. Now, either the Arbiters arrive to execute us, or this place falls under the vapid boot heel of Auntie's choice. No matter who wins, we cannot sustain ourselves here for long. My linguistic embellishments are somewhat beside the point. This here's a matter of accountability. Responsibility was mine. Disgrace and judgment should be mine solely as well. My intention is to absolve my subjects of any and all such blame. I owe it to every single person here to try. That's abundantly kind of you, though there must be something I can offer.
From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant.
Enough to lead and inspire those who work there, once at least. I was previously the ranking vigilant on this island. Why do you ask? Difficult place to saunter into. Station's off limits to anyone without the highest security clearance. For anyone lacking reason to be there, it's assured suicide. In exchange for the automech parts we need, I can provide you means to get inside. Never dream of such a proposal in days of reason and quietude. Yet such is the here and now we find ourselves in. Wonderful. My unavoidable march to the gallows feels lighter already. At least now my subjects will have a fleeting chance. The parts can be found at the Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center to the south. But do not, under any circumstances, tell those stationed there why you need them. To get inside, you will need an access pass from the Ministry of Accuracy. Since we have all been marked as traitors, I cannot create one for you here.
Though don't fret, the system is resilient. The system abides.
Farewell now.
We must all do our part. prudence dictates, we give it a little extra added zeal for now, just to offset any minor disruption.
Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
Under Protectorate law, we are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant locality. Record states as follows. All inhabitants are declared treasonous due to insufficient zeal in defense against seizure, sabotage, and/or manipulative indoctrinatory falsity.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Why hunt for this DeVries person? You both work for the same outfit. Just wait for the next company party and chat awkwardly like civilized dysfunctional colleagues.